Once you've navigated to your unit, go to the Grades tool by clicking on the Grades link in the navigation bar. If this is the first time you've accessed that in your unit, it will go straight to the Setup wizard. Scroll to the bottom and start the Setup wizard. Select Weighted, Continue, Calculated Final Grade, Continue, drop ungraded items, automatically keep final grade updated. Select UTAS grades and then simply select Continued until you get to the end. You're now going to go into Schemes. In Schemes, create a new scheme called Student Engagement Activities. Symbol not yet completed. Type in not yet completed and make that red. Type in completed, make that green, and starting at 100%. You'll then need to delete the third option that comes up. You've now got two options, not yet completed and completed. And this is the grade scheme that we will use for the student engagement activities so that we can communicate meaningfully to the students about whether or not they have completed those. And then we can save and close. We then go to the Manage Grades tab and we're going to create a new category. So click on the New drop down, select Category from the drop down. The name of the category is Student Engagement Activities. So type that in, make that a weight of 0. So I'm just going to assume that neither of your student engagement activities are weighted. If one of them is weighted, you'll obviously need to make the settings appropriately. So make sure that grade scheme symbol and grade scheme colour are selected. If those are not selected, you may need to choose override and make sure that just those two are selected. So I'm going to save and close. So on the blue save and close button, and you can see here that we now have student engagement activities listed. I'm going to create a new item. So I click on the new and then select item from the drop down, select box, student engagement activity 1 will be the name, and the category needs to go to the student engagement activities, which we can see is 0% of final grade. Maximum points set as 1. And the grade scheme, just make sure that the grade scheme is the one we created, which is the student engagement activities grade scheme. So that's quite important to make sure that the information is meaningful to students, and also that when you go in to select it, you have those two options, not yet completed and completed. So I'm going to save and close, and then we can see here that that student engagement activity is a select box with max points 1 is sitting here under the student engagement activities, which has a weight of 0. We then do a new item and exactly the same thing, select box. We're going to type in student engagement activity 2. Now it is important that these are the names that you give them. The category is student engagement activities, again max points 1. Now and don't worry about weight. Grade scheme, student engagement activities needs to be the grade scheme. Scroll to the bottom, just double check that it's the symbol and the colour that's being shown, and then select save and close. So you can now see that student engagement activities category has 2 items in it, student engagement activity 1, student engagement activity 2. So you can now create the categories and items that would be appropriate for the weighted grades in the rest of your unit. But essentially you've now set up your grades tool to enable you to use it for 2 manually recorded activities, whether they occur in MyLO or in class. Just to give you an idea of what the student would see, I'll just quickly impersonate student view. And so I'm now in the student view, which I can see here. If I go to grades, you can see that I've got this category across here, and then student engagement activity 1 and 2. Now, once it's been graded, the student will be able to see whether they have completed or not yet completed in this area here. And that will give them an indication of whether they need to complete them still or not.